Hello, everyone. Sorry, I look a little rough. Just got out of the shower. Hair's still wet. Really don't care. I'm like super tired. If anyone was there last night, we had a great live, 5-hour live. Time kind of got past us last night, but it was so much fun. And we had some people pop in. We had Save Robbie pop in. We had Nicole. Susan was in the chat. We had at least 5 people on panel. My husband came in as well. So it was a fun live. It was just nice to kind of chill and hang out and get to know everyone and have fun. So I look a little rough. I'm a little tired. So yeah, and probably a little hungover. Drank a little bit too much, but it was really fun. So thank you all for being here. Remember to hit the subscribe button, give this video a like, and spread the word about this because this season has been super nuts. And this next episode that I'm going to talk about had you on the edge of your seat for sure. It was very suspenseful. A lot of things happen, a lot of things that you didn't expect to happen. It was kind of crazy. So yeah, let's get into it. So this episode started with Heather still being there. If you listen to the last Bachelor live, she randomly showed up out of nowhere. No one knew who she was. People started to figure out who she was. She was from a previous Bachelor season, I believe Colton season. And so Matt decided to have a conversation with her and kind of understand why she was there. And thank God, Matt decided that it was too late in the process and he respected everyone else, all the other women in the process, and he decided to let Heather go home. And I think that was a great decision that he made. It shows a lot of respect that he has for these women, and it shows that he already is following his heart and already has real connections with these women. So that was super nice. So that all happened at a rose ceremony. And so after Heather left, he ended up having the rose ceremony. And he ended up sending Serena C and Chelsea home. Serena C, I was kind of happy about because she caused a lot of drama. And I didn't really see that they had a connection or it was going to go anywhere. But Chelsea was kind of a surprise. So they had really good discussions throughout the whole process. You can really see that they connected. They had a lot of, they had a lot of things in common. So it was kind of very surprising that he decided to send her home. So that leaves, let's see. So that now leaves Britt, Rachel, Serena P, Kit, Jasenia, and Abigail. And they all received roses. Abigail is having a really rough time this season. She is kind of questioning if they're still vibing, if he's still falling for her, if they are on the same page. And so she just is having a lot of self-doubt. And she's one of my favorites. I love Abigail. So it's kind of hard to see her go through that. But, you know, you always kind of have to question things at this point in time in this season because next episode tomorrow is hometowns. And so you're kind of at the very end of this process. And so you kind of have to see if you're both on the same page. And so she just kind of questions and just kind of doesn't understand if they are vibing and if they are moving in the direction that she feels they should be. So of course, after the rose ceremony, they decide to bring the one-on-one. And so who got the one-on-one date was Serena P. And Serena P, if you have followed this season, she's gotten a lot of one-on-ones. So it's kind of weird seeing that she got another one. You kind of thought that he would, you know, maybe give a one-on-one to Abigail or to other women in the house that he really hasn't had a lot of one-on-ones. But my thought process through that was maybe he's just kind of seeing if they really can move forward in the relationship and just kind of seeing where they're at. And we were right. He kind of feels like he's stuck in the friend zone with her. And so he just wanted to make sure that they were on the same page. And so he decides to give her the one-on-one. Their one-on-one is tantric yoga, which is kind of like a sexual yoga. And she is completely uncomfortable during this whole date. She's not really liking it. Matt's kind of feeling the vibe that she's not really into it. So he's just really questioning it more. After they're done with this date, they both sit down and Matt asks her, like, what'd you think about the date and whatnot? And she was like brutally honest and said, I didn't like it. It's not something I was comfortable doing. I'm just being honest with you. I don't think I want to do it ever again. And he, kind of caught him off guard. But I'm happy that they can be honest and move forward. And so then after they talk it out and kind of get back on the same page, they, of course, have dinner that night. They continue to keep vibing and having the connection. And he feels really confident in her and she's really confident in him. And he decides to give her the rose. So she is safe. She is moving on to hometowns and she is good to go. The group date is about to happen after this date. And so the group date includes Piper, Michelle, Rachel, Britt, Kit, and Abigail. They just have a glam up party portion of the day. Nothing really too crazy. And then they end up having the cocktail party. So this is when things kind of get a little bit more suspenseful. Things kind of happen. You're just like on the edge of your seat. You really don't know, which way this is going to go because it's so close to hometowns and everyone, of course, in the house, all the women are thinking about hometowns. They're all starting to fall in love with him. He's starting to fall in love with people and have strong connections. And so honestly, this episode was a lot about him trusting his gut, moving forward, trying to figure out his relationship. So whenever homecoming is next week, which is tomorrow, he can meet their families and get more information and get to know them and understand more of their background. So it's kind of this episode is kind of a more serious episode. A lot of things happen, a lot of things that you want to expect. So let's get into it. So they have the group date. They go to the, do their little glam up thing, go to the cocktail party. Bree goes first. They have a good conversation. He's feeling her, she's feeling him. Everything's good there. They're talking about, her family structure, and he's just trying to get to know her more. And he, is liking what, he's hearing, and they're being honest and open. And, they move forward and good to go on that one. So then Piper goes next and then followed by Michelle. Piper and Michelle both have good conversations with Matt. Everything is going good. He feels really confident in their relationships. And then the last person is Abigail. And with Abigail, you can still kind of see that she's still worried. She still doesn't understand or is confident enough to feel that maybe something just isn't clicking. And, maybe she's just overthinking, and she goes down and sits with him and is very open with him. And she just lays it all out there on him about all her insecurities, how she's been feeling. And this is kind of where it takes a turn for, I wouldn't say the worst, but it kind of takes a turn for, out of surprise. It surprises you. So they're having a conversation and he basically tells her, he understands. He doesn't feel like he should keep dragging her around. So he feels like it's time for Abigail to leave, which was a shocker. So Abigail ended up getting sent home during that group date. Really, really sad on my heart. Abigail was my girl. I loved her. If you've seen this season, she's been very sincere, sweet, just an all outgoing person, has a great personality. And so this one kind of hit me in my feels. I actually started tearing up when I saw this because it was very unexpected. So he sent Abigail home. So Abigail is gone. So now Serena C, Chelsea, and Abigail, they're all gone. So this leaves Kit. And so Kit talks with him, and she just kind of has a conversation basically stating what she's going to settle, what she won't settle for, how she wants her relationship to be. If they make it to the end and he proposes to her. But during this conversation, you kind of get this feel that she's kind of giving him an ultimatum. It's kind of all self-centered around her. She kind of throws him in a little bit, but it's like everything that she wants out of this relationship. She basically wants him to mold around her life and how she wants to plan her life. And honestly, anyone that's been in a relationship should always be 50-50. And you shouldn't have to change someone to fit your agenda, point blank. And during this conversation, you kind of get a lot of that. And so you're like kind of questioning, like, maybe Kit isn't the one for him. Maybe he should just let her go and let her, figure it out on her own, and, let him be able to move forward with the people he does feel comfortable with and does have a connection with. So that conversation ends. And then at this group date, Rachel gets the rose, which Rachel is one of my other favorites. And so I'm so happy she gets the rose. They vibe really good. They have good conversations. They're doing good. But at this point, like after Rachel got the rose, all the other women kind of question again, like, does he feel something for me? Like, is this gonna, is this week going to end how we think it will? Like, just so many questions. And again, at this point of time, if these women aren't having these questions and doing the research and trying to figure out him more and, open up more, you're kind of late in the process. So I think it's kind of good. They're kind of questioning it, but then it kind of just causes a lot more tension in the home. So after the group date goes, Rachel gets the rose, and then out of nowhere, Kit shows up to Matt's house. Sorry, I'm not reading chat because I have something else pulled up, but I will read it here in a second. So Kit shows up, knocks on Matt's door, and you just are like, usually when the women have knocked on his door, they're going to tell him that they can't be here no more. That they just don't see it going in the direction that they want, or they just can't handle anymore and they just want to leave. So Kit knocks on his door. Matt is, of course, super surprised to see her because they had a good conversation. Well, I wouldn't say a good conversation, but they had a conversation and he totally understood and kind of gave her the clarification that she wanted. And so he's just kind of caught off guard. So they sit down and Kit basically tells him that she's not ready to be engaged, that he deserves someone that's 100% sure about getting down on one knee tomorrow. And Kit just says, that's just not me. I just don't feel that way. I don't want to be here to stop you, to find, your wife at the end. Like, I just feel like right now I just need to step back and I just need to leave. And honestly, I'm so happy about this because, again, the conversation that they had, it showed that she was really immature and she wasn't ready for marriage, and she was just kind of trying to mold him to her expectations. And I feel like that is not right when you're in a relationship. So thank goodness she decided to leave. But while she's leaving in the car, she was like questioning herself. Did I make the right decision? Should I have left? And all that stuff. So it's kind of crazy. So now we have Serena C, Chelsea, Abigail, and Kit gone now. So there's already 4 girls that have left. And it hasn't even been the final rose ceremony. 4 women have already left in this whole episode. And it's so crazy. But everything has a way of working out. So let's hope... once I tell you a little bit more about this, it will all come to light and you will see that the people that are left are generally there and really care about Matt, and Matt really cares about them. So the final date goes to Jasenia, and he picks her up in SUV. They go to an empty parking lot. Matt drives up in this nice car, and they kind of just have like the Fast and the Furious Tokyo style date. They're drifting and playing and running into boxes and having a good time. And I really have been questioning this relationship because it kind of seems like it's always play and not really serious. It seems like they really never had a really serious conversation to kind of see where their feelings are, where their heart is, like what they, want in the future, what they like as, their likes and dislikes and people that, they're in a relationship with. Really, you haven't really seen a lot of that during this season with her. So, I mean, it was a great date. It was fun to watch. But like I said, right now, this is the time where they have to get serious, and he has to figure out if he really wants to have specific people and want to meet their families. So this episode was just jam-packed with suspense and, all the questions. Like, you're even questioning, like, is that person good for him? Is, are they good? All this stuff is super, super crazy. So after their date, of course, they go to dinner and they're having a conversation. And you kind of get this idea that he is about ready to be brutally honest and tell her that he's just not feeling it, which is what happens. He tells her, he has stronger feelings for other women in the house, and he just doesn't see the relationship going in the direction that she says, because she said, I'm falling in love with you. And he just it kind of just shocks him. And so he is really honest with her and tells her, it's just not going to work out. So he lets her go. So there is all these women going in this episode, and it is just crazy because you don't usually see it. You don't usually, if you ever watch Bachelor, you don't usually see these many people leave in one episode. Usually there's a system that they have in play, and that's how it goes. But he just let go of everyone that he just could not lie to anymore and didn't want to hurt them anymore. And so he let him go. After their date, he goes. Of course, the last cocktail party, he decides to skip because since there's already a less amount of girls, he already knows who he wants to keep. And so he decides that there's not going to be a cocktail party, and now he's going to head straight into the rose ceremony. So he heads into the rose ceremony. Remember, Rachel and Serena already have a spot secured for the final four. So he, it has Bree, Michelle, and Piper left. He's a little conflicted. He doesn't really know. Matt really doesn't know, like, which direction he wants to go. He's starting to get real feelings for these women, so he's a little confused. And so he starts the rose ceremony. Bree gets the first rose, and then Michelle gets the second one, and so that leaves Piper to be sent home. And I was a little disappointed in Piper. I know their relationship has been really good, not a lot of hiccups. They've been really true and genuine with each other, open and honest. But how she handled this after he decided to let her go kind of showed you a different side of her, and was kind of like, why did she act that way? So, of course, Matt likes to walk the ladies out after the last ceremony, their last rose ceremony, and just kind of, tell them, you deserve the best, just good words. And instead of her talking to him or giving him a hug or doing anything sincere, she literally gets in the SUV, shuts the door, and goes. She didn't hug him. She didn't say 2 words to him. And that was really a shock, because you've seen how they vibe and how they talk and how they communicate. This was completely out of left field. and you wouldn't expect it. And so that kind of gave you a little feel of she has a little feisty side to herself and she doesn't take crap. So I wish she would have handled that a little bit better because it kind of was out of her character. Like I said, if you've seen this whole season, you can see what I'm talking about. And so that leaves Serena P, Rachel, Britt, and Michelle. Those are the final four. Those are the four ladies that are going to move to hometown. And so tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, it will be aired and we will see how hometowns go. I'm pretty excited because it starts hometowns and then after hometowns, you will eliminate who he wants to. And then they do the Rose Tell All where they bring all the women back and they have a conversation. And then they do the fantasy suite. So we are at the very end of the season. It is getting really, really, really crazy. There's just so much stuff that's happened in the short amount of time. And it has been, needless to say, quite interesting. And honestly, I've been watching The Bachelor for a very long time. And this season has been by far the most suspenseful, the most, I wouldn't say drama because they all have drama, but there's just been so many connections that you can see and then so many surprises and things that you didn't think would happen. So it's been actually a really great season. And I'm looking forward to see how hometowns go tomorrow. If you want to watch it, I usually live stream it on Mondays. I send my Zoom link to people on my Discord, and we usually just stream it and we pause it on the commercials and we have conversations about what happens. So it's pretty cool to have like a Zoom Bachelor party. So if you guys are interested in that, I can link the Discord link in the description whenever I upload this, and then you guys can join. And also, I have a lot of you in Discord as well, and you can always private message me, and I can send it that way as well. So I'm not gonna make this too long. Like I said, sorry, lips are super chapped. Like I said, we had a long live last night. I have work tomorrow, so I kind of just want to relax for the rest of the evening and enjoy my family, and then hopefully get to bed soon or go to bed early tonight and not stay up so late. But yeah, so that was the recap of season 7. A lot of things happened that you wouldn't expect. It was a really good episode though, so it surprised me a lot. Abigail is gone. I was a little upset about that, like I said before. But I have one girl in the running and Rachel, and so I hope Rachel gets it because she deserves it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to make it a short one today. Not much to really cover. If you want to join the live stream tomorrow, reach out to me. I will put it in my Discord links. Like I said yesterday in our live, me and Mr. Nut are combining servers. So I'm trying to get all the people that were in my server to his server. And then once all my people are from my server to his server, I will delete my server. And then me and Mr. Nut will be sharing a server. And it's just because a lot of my people are more active and he has a lot of people, but they aren't so active. So we're just kind of trying to balance each other out. So if you want that, like I said, reach out and I can give that to you. Finding help tomorrow. It is 7 p.m. Central Standard Time when I stream it. So if you want to, like I said, you can message me or let me know and I can send you the Zoom link. I don't usually post the Zoom link until like 5 p.m. tomorrow. Just like I said, because I work and then I don't want to post it too soon and have random people just keep popping in. So I just try and do it closer to the time that it's going to air. So before I get off, I'm going to read all these comments so I can get caught up with you guys. Yes, Abigail is the sweetest. So the deal with the roses, when a girl gets a rose, it secures their spot. It means whenever he does the final rose ceremony, they aren't going to get eliminated, and they move to the next day. So they're safe. That's basically what the rose means. Yes, the group dates, honestly, on this season, the group dates have actually been pretty fun. Um, and the women haven't made it really awkward. They just get tired of being, like I said, he really hasn't given a lot of the women, a lot of the other women, a lot of one-on-one dates. He's always been putting them into group dates. So what we're starting to think is maybe the people that he was putting in group dates, he already felt secure with, and so he didn't have to have those one-on-one dates to see where their relationship was and to see if there was something there. He just already felt comfortable with them. So that's what we kind of got out of it. The people that have watched the live streams with me and has been up to date with this, that's kind of what we got out of it. Yes, these girls have been really jealous, and you can see it. They may not say it, but you can read expressions on people's faces, and so you see that some of these girls have been uncomfortable, and they just don't know how to handle the fact that he talks to other women and has those connections with them. So yes, so I let me see if I can pin this. So Logo says, I began to wonder if the season would end early with him letting so many go. I did too. I was just like, if he lets go any more women, the season's gonna end right now. So it was kind of crazy to see that he let all these women go in this short amount of time. And I was just like, I know we have the discussion whenever we were live streaming it. Like, if he lets one more go, he's just gonna have to move to hometowns real quick and then do a fantasy suite, and then it's gonna be done. So um, I just hope tomorrow it kind of goes in his favor and he doesn't question some more, and hopefully he doesn't let any more people go. He just only lets them out that he needs to let go. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. With Abigail having the being hearing impaired, I kind of think, I don't, I mean, looking a viewer looking in, she showed a lot of confidence, but I feel like it just kind of caused her to shut down a little bit because she just didn't know how to, and maybe it's just a confidence issue in her. Maybe she's not confident enough in herself to want to put herself in there and connect more. So I have no idea. I was super sad when she left, so I hope in the future maybe she'll be the next bachelor or next bachelorette, and then maybe she can find love, or maybe she'll do Bachelor in Paradise or something, because I really think she deserves to find love because her personality and the way that she presented herself was just really, really amazing, and she's an all over good person, and I was really, really sad that he let her go. All right, well, that is all for tonight. Thank you all for being here. If you want to join tomorrow, like I said, private message me, let me know, and we will get the Zoom party started tomorrow. I'm going to rest the rest of the night. Like I said, I'm super tired. We had a fun time yesterday, so thank you for everyone that enjoyed or joined and watched and had a good time with us last night. I think we all needed it. It was just nice to have a chill Saturday. There'll be more in the future, so we can start planning that. If everyone loved doing that, we can do that as well. But I'm going to let you all go. I hope this recap answers some questions. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to leave them below in the comments. And again, remember to like this video and subscribe if you have not. And I will see you tomorrow if you decide to do the live stream, and then I will see you on the recap that I do next Sunday. So have it all. Blah, cannot talk. I hope you all have a good night, and I will talk to you later. Bye.